Hello everyone, this is Professor Bentham. I hope everyone is doing well. Today I will be going over our homework assignment and just a couple of announcements. And hopefully on Wednesday I'll do a nice video in terms of going over additional information pertaining to your assignments. So first things first, I wanted to just make sure that we recap in terms of what we had to do last week. And here you have on your right hand side the course calendar, right? So you had to introduce yourself, and I responded to everyone in terms of introductions, and also you also had to email me an example of a well-written email. Okay, so many of you have done so, and I was really proud to see that. So one of the things I wanted to stress was the fact that when you're writing your pronoun I, right, it's important to ensure that you capitalize the pronoun I, as in yourself. So I saw that, and for the most part, a lot of people, shared their views in terms of becoming a better writer, especially for preparation for Comp 1 and your other courses. So it was great to see that you aspire to be, proficient writers overall. And you will do that. You will get to that particular point where you will be very proficient as a writer and be cognizant of any mishaps you may have within your writing. Okay, and that's really important, especially when you're editing. So with that being said, we want to continue on with this journey in terms of making sure that we are proficient writers. Okay, so in addition to that particular homework assignment, you also had to complete a syllabus quiz as noted on here. Also post your response to your classmates, right? And that was based on your introduction. And many of you have done so, so I'll be adding in grades this week. I already responded over the weekend in the past few days in terms of responding to your posts. So you will be seeing your grades added over the next couple of days, and I'll be following the same format as well, where I will share my insights for some of the posts. I try to give you, my students, more control of discussing along the way, and I give you credit for completing the posts following the guidelines. Okay. Lastly, on May 17th, you had the active reading process activity, which was due by midnight, and again, many of you followed through with that. So I was really, impressed in terms of how well written your response for your active reading process activity was. And I'm also going to provide you an example of what I am looking for. So some of you had issues with it, so I want to make sure that you adhere to the instructions, the rubric, which is located, let me just show you real quickly. So if you look carefully, as noted in the instructions, you have your rubric. So it's located here, and it tells you what the guidelines are. So you should have selected that. Okay? So it's really important that you adhere to my instructions. And again, I will be giving you an example of a previous student who wrote a well-written response. Okay, now let's get to week 2, okay, and also a portion of week 1. So for Sunday, you had to post your initial response by midnight, okay, and that was located, I'm showing you right now, down below. Okay, so this link right here is what you must select. I'm not going to select the link itself right now, okay, because it will show most of the responses, and shouldn't be too much of a problem. So as you can see here, it gives you a list of all the students, so you would see from your end everyone's post, and you just create a thread and you follow the instructions. Okay, now today, however, for May 18th, it says right here that you're going to have to respond to your classmates. So it is crunch time. It's important that you respond to individuals that have not received the response yet. And again, some of you are adhering to that. Okay. Then you have your think about stress post, which is due by today. And then your connect activity. Now, I received an email from a couple of people, actually one person, indicating that they could not find the connect activity. So if you connected right, and about 16 or 15 of you did connect, I did check. So if you connected accurately, if you look on week 2, okay, you will see the part of speech activity, which is located down below. Okay, so again, just be cognizant of that, and it will bring you to a particular page similar to this one. And I have a few students who are working on it, so this is what I see from my end. So it's important that you know, and I'm not going to select specifically what it is, but it brings you directly to that page. So it's important that you know that your classmates are working on their assignments, and you should be doing the same thing. So for those of you that have been working on the assignments, I can see that, and the link is right there, so no one should have any issues, especially for the individual that emailed me. Okay, and then you have on the 20th your think about, which is the power of words. And again, you just select the link and you respond to the post and so on. Okay, so again, let's do the 20th along with your pre-drafting strategies. Okay, so if you follow the instructions and you read as noted in the instructions, right, it talks about it here in terms of making sure that you read the ebook or the pages in your textbook in terms of pre-drafting. And I also gave you a video that I had given to my students during the semester, and this is what a lot of the professors at Valencia use to help ensure that you are pre-drafting accurately. Okay, so you can create an outline or something of that sort similar to what I presented here. Okay, and it gives you the format of what I expect from you in your pre-drafting assignment and your essay when you get to that particular point. Okay, and for Friday, May 22nd, again, you're posting your response to your classmates, and then you have your thesis, so you're posting your initial thesis response. Okay, so if you follow this particular video that I had created for my students in the past, this will help you in terms of drafting your thesis statement and being on the right track. Please watch the videos. Do not take it upon yourself to not watch it at all, because I am critical and I am preparing you for Comp 1. So do not take it lightly when it comes to making sure that you have a well-written thesis, okay? Because I am strict on that in terms of the structure of your essay, and that's what I'm primarily looking for, is a well-written, structured essay. And in your second essay, I'll be looking at your grammar, your mechanics, and so on. But your main goal is to ensure that you have the format up to par, okay? And your goal also is to ensure that you are working in a timely manner. Please bear in mind that Memorial Day weekend is this weekend, so if you want to enjoy your time off, I advise you to work ahead. It's okay. So try to complete the assignments. I even provided you with week 3, so feel free to work ahead so you can have it completed. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I don't want to stay for too long because I know that there's but so much you can listen to when it comes to listening to my videos. So I try to make them short and brief, and I will be back on Wednesday in terms of giving you another video. Okay, so be on the lookout for that. If you have any questions, feel free. Tomorrow I will be attending class for my doctoral class at UCF, so therefore I may not respond in a timely manner, so just be aware of that. Okay, do not wait the last minute to ask me any questions. All right, speak to you later, and I hope you were able to I hope you were able to gain a lot from this video, and I hope it alleviated any concerns that you may have. Take care and have a good evening.